Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand structures in C. In our previous classes where we have discussed about, where we had the introduction to arrays, there we have discussed that variables are of two types. One is scalar variables and the other one is aggregate variables. In that video, we have discussed that aggregate variables are of two types. One is arrays. So we have discussed about the arrays in our previous videos, and the other type of aggregate variable is structures. So every video in our channel is going to be a part of entire course or a playlist. Our suggestion is to follow the entire course so that you can have better understanding of the concepts, and the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Now, structures. What is meant by a structure? Structure is an aggregate variable. What is an aggregate variable? As we have already discussed, that a variable which can store more than one value is what we call it as aggregate value. Aggregate variable. The elements of the structure aren't required to have the same type. In arrays, the elements of the array are to be of same type, so are of same type. Int a of 10 means that array is going to have 10 elements. So more than one element can be stored in array, and each element is of type integers. But in case of structure is also an aggregate value, which means multiple values can be stored, but all those values may not be of same type, aren't required to have the same type. So that is the basic difference between the two aggregate variables, which are arrays and structures. When we need to store a collection of related items, a structure is a logical choice. So when the structure is going to be a good choice is whenever we want to store a collection of related items. So this point is very important to understand. A collection of related items. So what kind of examples can we, what kind of variables those which can satisfy the definition of structure is, for example, if you want to store the data of a student. So what is meant by related items, that we will try to understand first. For example, if you want to collect the details of a student, what are the items that are possible, data items that are possible? Related data items here. What are the data items that are possible? It is name of the student, number of the student, register number of the student, and the other one is phone number, mail ID. So all these items, all these data items are related to the student, and the collection of such students, which are related, which is going to have the related data items. So that is where the structures are very logical. So let's try to understand how to declare a structure variable. Declaring a structure variables. Struct is the keyword. This keyword is going to define that this is a structure. Struct means this is the keyword, and using this keyword states that this is what we call it as a structure, and the structure is going to start with the open flower brace and it is going to end with closed flower brace. Within those open and closed flower braces, we are going to have the data items of that structure. So here we are having three data items, and each data item is different from another data item. See here, this is an integer type, whereas in array all the items, so here the data items, all the elements, so here we call it as members of a structure. In case of arrays, they are elements of a structure. These are members of a structure. So each member is different from another member in the sense of data types. This is integer data type, this is char data type, and this is another integer data type. So structure is also an aggregate value. It can store more than one value, and each and every value can be of different data types. That is what a structure means. And how to declare a structure is, struct is the keyword that we want to that we have to use to mention to the compiler that this is a structure, and these are stu1, stu2 are the variables of this structure. So these are the variables, structure variables. stu1, stu2 or the stu means it is student1 and student2 are the variables of this structure. So whenever this entire programming part is getting executed, so whenever the variables are mentioned, so without mentioning the variables, the structure can be declared. So we will try to understand those concepts in our later videos. So here the variables has been declared. So whenever the variables are declared and after executing this entire structure, the memory will get created. So how that memory will get created? So each variable is having all these three data items. These variables belong to this structure, means these are the variables which these variables are going to have all the three data items of that structure, because these variables belong to the structure. Okay, so what happens on the memory is, for example, assume that the member is going to take integer is going to take 4 bytes of memory, and this char name of 25 character string variable, and it is going to occupy 25 bytes. Each character is going to take 1 byte, so 25 bytes it is going to occupy. And int phone means it is an integer phone number is going to collect. We are going to collect the phone numbers of the students also. So this stu1, for this variable 4 plus 25 plus 4, a total of 24 plus 4, 25 plus 8, it is 33 bytes of data will get created. So for stu1 33 bytes, stu2 33 bytes of data will get created. So how the memory will be? So when this entire structure is getting after executing this entire structure, how the memory will get created? This is how the memory will get created. So let's try to understand that. Okay, so here the first variable number, and after that the second variable name, number, name, phone. For number 4 bytes of memory, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. So these 4 bytes of memory has been created, and for name 25 bytes starting from 2004, 2009, 2029, 25 bytes has been allocated, and these 4 bytes are for phone number. And similarly for the next variable starting from 2034, 4 bytes will be allocated for number for stu2, and for stu2's name 25 bytes will get allocated, and after that 4 bytes will be allocated for stu2's phone number, and this phone number space is for student1 name and number. Okay, so this is how total of 66 bytes will be allocated for this structure. Okay, so this is the introduction of a structure. This is how the structures can be declared, and this is how the structures the memory for the structures will get created. In the later coming classes we will try to understand how to initialize a structure, means how to give the values to this structure, and how to access the values that are stored on the memory for the structure variables. That we will try to understand in our later coming videos. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol, and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.